Nice. Hello and welcome to Dudes on Twitch. Back from a bit of a sabbatical. Life's been pretty busy, but luckily we get some recorded magic in there. Back to the deck that I originally started out Legacy with, being Death and Taxes. A deck that I thoroughly enjoy. Any sort of creature-based fair strategy I really enjoy playing. So taking this back, this is actually pretty much the same list that we 5-0'd with just the other week. You can of course catch that stream on my YouTube channel. /C/Dukes on Twitch. The only thing I've changed is actually added in a Thalia, Heretic, Cathar. I think this card's really good right now, and I want to try out how it goes as a one-of. I wanted to make room for two of them, but I wasn't too sure where to go. I'm still a big fan of the second Charming Prince over the fourth Flickerwisp, especially as the deck's kind of evolved. I just want to have more to do on turn 2, especially with the Scry actually being so relevant. Where I'm just not wanting to draw planes, even though they are Uluru planes. Shout out to Australian MTG players. Yeah, the Scry was probably the best feature of Charming Prince. The ability to save a creature from removal or just get value off it through something like Stoneforge Mystic or Recruiter of the Guard was great. The gain 3 life as well seems mediocre, but it was really good in the face of something like a Delver of Secrets or True Name Nemesis, just giving you that extra turn that you needed to actually start setting up and maybe turn the tides a little bit. The mana base was great. We're actually only playing 22 lands. Most decks run 23, but I've kind of cut back, especially because of the Scry with Charming Prince. Of course, we're not always going to have the Prince in hand when we're trying to dig for that third or fourth land, but I'm pretty happy with just cutting a land to see if we can fit in a different sort of a different element to the deck with just that one slot. But that's pretty much it. So I think the deck straight away is pretty much stock standard from like a straight up view, but the Giver of Runes are really nice. We're currently playing Giver of Runes over Mother of Runes, mainly because of the extra power, but the protection from Colorless does come up. So against Eldrazi decks, keeping your legendary creatures on the field from an opposing Karakas. There's definitely a few things that do come up that makes the colorless interaction a lot better than just having the Mother Runes in play. But yeah, no reason yet to actually switch it back to the Mother Runes. I am a fan of seeing people who are playing 2 and 2. I think that's really good, especially from a testing perspective, because if you start leaning towards I wish this mother was a Giver of Runes, or I wish this Giver was a Mother of Runes, then you definitely start getting a little bit more sort of actual results in regards to what you might actually want in your deck as a playset. To the sideboard, it's pretty normal. I haven't been a massive fan of Cataclysm. I think it's a great card, and I think it's great right now with a lot of the control decks online. But I've always been a big fan of Gideon, Ally of Zendikar, which kind of takes the same slot. Of course, Gideon and Cataclysm don't really go well together. Usually if you have one and you've cast them and they've actually resolved, you're probably winning the game anyway. But I do like that Gideon comes in against a few more matchups, but you know, it's not be all end all. So I'm really happy to try it out. I'm not playing Flagstones of Trocaire, which of course is a land that works really well with Cataclysm, giving you an extra land pretty much at the end of it all. Just because I think Plains is the best land in the deck. I mean, hands down. Just being able to go Plains, Plains, Plains as your first 3 lands. Sometimes when you do have a 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, or just a pretty good curve of spells, it just feels so nice against some of the Wasteland decks, against some of the sort of Miracles or Blue-White Stoneblade decks that might be playing back to basics in the main deck. And of course, just a little thing is just with Rest in Peace. If Rest in Peace is in play and your opponent wastelands the Flagstones, it won't actually trigger, so you won't get the land out of it. So that's just a little thing to pick up on. But that's pretty much it. That was just like a small deck tech, I guess, before we go into this. So we'll play a league, we'll see how it goes. I'm just recording the stream, and I'm not going to actually stream it, but I will stream tomorrow, of course. A huge shout out to Card Hoarder, who does, of course, sponsor the channel. They allowed me to loan things like these Wastelands and Swords, where I just wanted the actual... You just want to play with the originals. So it's really nice to play with those. But a huge shout out to Card Hoarder. You can support the channel, of course, by using my code, which you can find in my Twitch channel at the bottom. But yeah, great loan service, especially with Pioneer coming out. I know they're putting a lot of effort into making sure that they have the right resources for all players wanting to loan those cards. So definitely check them out. We'll see you in round 1. Thank you very much for watching.